All right, hello, Aaron Ford here with SuperVac Western Regional Sales Manager. I'm here with John from Becker Safety, one of our industrial dealers here in Fort Collins. We're on site at a local water treatment facility, Hydro Construction out of Fort Collins. We wanted to kind of bring out and demonstrate some of our confined space, non-hazardous and hazardous location equipment, ranging from an 8-inch fan to a 12-inch fan, up to a 16-inch fan, but we go up to a 24-inch for higher volume of air. We also have a battery operated 16-inch fan here as well that you can use in non-hazardous location that runs off of a battery, and it has the capability of hooking up to shore power. Any one of these fans, depending on whether you're in a hazardous location, you're going to have a hazardous location motor. If you don't have a hazardous location, you probably won't need that motor. All right, so I'm here with John from Becker Safety, and he's going to go over a few tips of what a confined space is and the means of getting into that confined space.
All right, so we're on site here and we've identified this as a confined space. So that means it's got to meet all three of the confined space requirements, which means that it's big enough for a person to get into and work. It's not designed for prolonged human occupancy, and it's not easily entered into or out of. All right, so the next step is we have measured multiple levels of the confined space atmosphere to make sure that it's safe for entry and safe for the worker.
So related to a confined space, dealing with permitted or non-permitted, we want you to check your local OSHA protocols. It could be a little bit different in your state of operation. Depending on whether it's permitted or not, we want to have additional attendants outside with a possible additional airlines or air sources. We do have fall equipment that we can raise and lower by multiple different companies, so check them out, as well as gas detectors. That is one up top that an attendant could be looking at, as well as a personal device that you would wear. Going into a confined space, there is certain requirements that would be necessary, is to have consistent airflow going in. So with doing that, we have a specialized duct that is always connected to our P8X Nano. This is actually a duct that would actually stay connected to the fan. It is it is a ballistic fiber and FR rated material, and it is lined on the inside, and so it has 190-degree bend that goes in there. So when we set this up, we can drop it down into our manhole, and we can rotate this depending on if we have to run it around the corner or down into a manhole like such. Once we connect this to power and power this up, the air will force this duct, and we will have 700 CFM at the bottom of this BF duct. Okay, so with all of our confined space hazardous location equipment, we offer in a 12-inch up to 24-inch. In order to utilize the ducting, either non-hazardous spiral ducting or hazardous location, which would be a black ducting for our cases, we have an adapter that hooks on either to the front or the back, whether you're going to push air in or exhaust air out. It has two attachment points that we connect it to the either front or back, and then we connect our duct to it, 20 feet of duct, up to 25 feet of duct. Okay, so if we're going to set this up for a positive and a negative application of changing our air out in a larger space, what we want to avoid is putting these as close together so that we're not taking the air and just introducing the fresh air into the confined space and we're sucking it out without it circulating into the room. So ideally, right here we have a negative pressure set up to where it's pulling air up and out, and probably in a back corner or a back location where we can gain access to enter our air in, and we may have to take consideration of where the wind is blowing that day, and we may have to just change our locations of where we set these things up. So as you can see here, we have two different sizes of ducts. It's for illustration purposes, so you can see the difference between our hazardous location conductive ducting in the black to our non-hazardous location spiral ducting that we have shown here in the yellow. Anywhere from 12 inches all the way up to 24 inches in either size, to be used for air going in or exhausting air out on any one of our box confined space rescue fans. Okay, so as you can see here, we have another setup with our battery operated fan using a non-hazardous location ducting in a 16-inch version. We can go up into an 18-inch version if you have our 18-inch battery fan as well. Our battery fan is not intrinsically safe, but we know that this confined space doesn't have any hazards that's meeting us in the face. We've done our testing, so we can hook up ducting, run 25 feet of ducting down, and supply power on our batteries. John's going to show you here the operation of turning it on. There's a variable speed controller on the side to adjust the volume of air. And we also have the capability of plugging it into shore power. So if you decide that you either want batteries with the system, that you can order with it as a redundancy backup type system if you have loss of power, or you can just order it with a shore power connection and run it as an electrical fan only. Once we plug this in, it automatically switches over from DC power to AC power that would be supplied by some sort of generator or power outlet. So as with our battery operated fan, we can run these fans either in a DeWalt platform. It is a 20 volt, 60 volt flex volt battery, or we have the capabilities of running it on a Milwaukee 18 red lithium high output battery. At the time you purchase this fan, you have to say whether or not you want the Milwaukee batteries or the DeWalt batteries, because the platforms are different for each version. All right, so we want to thank John from Becker Safety coming out today and assisting us and Hydro Construction for allowing us to use their site and showing the applications that we have for not only the construction industry, but the industrial application for oil, gas, and communication departments out there. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at supervac.com. Look forward to hearing from you soon.